Hello everyone, this is Jack Frost with your daily update for the Ethereum Technicals and Solana. And on the Ethereum Technicals, price has increased after finding support at 2400 with this bullish engulfing pattern just here for the very short term, finding resistance at 2720, another strong bullish candlestick complete here. Volume has overall been strongest on these bearish movements, with a very sharp push on this recent bearish candlestick. This very sharp push could indicate that this low could be sustained at this time frame, though we will have to wait for further bullish or bearish confirmation for confidence that this low could be sustained, as it is possible for a strong volume spike to happen in the middle or at the end of a bearish movement. A little bit of strength. This most recent bullish candlestick sees some strength for upwards movement for the very short term. ADX continuing to increase with a bearish trend that is now extreme, as the ADX line is above both DX lines. On balance volume moving within a quite flat range, currently giving no signal, though it does just react to resistance here as price reacts to resistance as well. RSI is neutral, having entered oversold just here where price previously found support at 2400. Money flow is also neutral and increasing, having failed to enter oversold. Additionally, neither RSI or money flow exhibit divergence at this time frame. ETH steadily increasing overall as price declines, giving a bearish outlook for volatility at this time frame. And today I want to draw a little bit of attention to the model using RSI and ADX. With the model we use money flow as well, though it does not apply to this particular instance. And while it is not a perfect model, it can give some indication for what price may do next. As we can see previously, RSI has entered oversold, this bearish trend indicating by ADX reaching extreme conditions and then ADX declining. We can see a similar pattern here where RSI has entered oversold, now neutral, and ADX is now extreme. Previously, RSI had entered overbought with a bullish trend, then ADX reaching extreme and very extreme conditions before the trend ends and ADX declines. We can see the same model here where RSI enters overbought, ADX then reaches very extreme conditions, RSI remaining overbought at that time frame, then RSI returning from overbought and ADX declining. We can see a couple more examples with that same model here, though with these bullish trends, RSI does tend to remain overbought, while ADX continues to increase with an extreme or very extreme trend. Back to recent price movements, this could indicate the end of this bearish trend at some point in the near future, where RSI has entered oversold, is now neutral, and ADX continues to increase with a now extreme bearish trend. It suggests that this low here may be sustained as previously mentioned. And overall, with this trend indicated by ADX, currently with RSI and money flow both neutral, neither exhibiting divergence, the model of ADX along with RSI and money flow does overall suggest that price will continue lower, though as mentioned it is possible that the most recent low at support at 2400 could remain in place for the time being. On the Solana daily chart, this main wave count sees primary wave 4 complete, with price now expected to continue upwards for primary wave 5 and the end of cycle wave 3. An Elliott channel drawn around primary wave 4 is drawn from the beginning of intermediate wave W to the end of intermediate wave X, with a copy on the end of intermediate wave W. Primary wave 4 and the end of intermediate wave Y have fallen just short of this channel here, and a break above this channel would add confidence to this wave count, seeing bullish movement to resume for primary wave 5. Within primary wave 5, any second wave corrective movement cannot move below its start at 111.4255. On the daily alternate chart for Solana, this wave count sees downwards movement to continue for primary wave 4, the end of intermediate wave Y, and within that minor wave C. A best fit channel drawn around primary wave 4 from the beginning to this last high, with the end of minor wave B within intermediate wave Y just here, and a copy on this last low labeled the end of minute wave 1 within minor wave C. The end of minute wave 2 labeled complete at this last high just here, falling just short of resistance at the upper edge of the best fit channel. If it does continue higher, it may find resistance at the upper edge, though it cannot move above the start of minute wave 1 at 193.6182. As primary wave 4 continues lower, it cannot move into primary wave 1 price territory at 26.4105. And we have a target range calculated for minor wave C and intermediate wave Y, where those waves may be labeled complete. 84.7439 is the 1.618 Fibonacci ratio of intermediate wave W, which is the target for intermediate wave Y, and 95.3167 is the 1.618 Fibonacci ratio of minor wave A, which is the target for minor wave C. This gives a broad range for where these waves may be labeled complete. On the technical daily chart for Solana, price declining after finding resistance at 190 with this bearish engulfing pattern, finding support at 127 with this strong bearish candlestick, and a piercing pattern just after it, with price now increasing and finding resistance around 157 for the very short term. Volume is overall strongest on the upwards session, seeing volume support upwards movement overall, though some strength on the bearish candlesticks sees a little bit of strength for downwards movement. On balance, volume moving within this narrowing range, currently giving no signal and falling just short of support here. ADX overall continuing to increase with a bearish trend that is not extreme and not yet in danger of ending. RSI neutral. Money flow also neutral, with both RSI and money flow having some room to move before they may enter overbought or oversold, and additionally neither exhibit divergence at this time frame. ATR overall increasing as price declines, giving an overall bearish outlook for volatility, though a sharp increase in ATR very recently as price increases off its most recent low gives a little bit of support for upwards movement. And as ADX continues to increase with this bearish trend that is not extreme and not yet in danger of ending, it does overall expect downwards movement to continue, though please note that it would not take a lot of upwards movement for ADX to indicate no clear trend. And so if that does happen, the model of stochastics and support and resistance will be used. That's all for me with your daily update for Solana and the Ethereum Technicals. Remember, if you want the Ethereum Elliott Wave count, we have done an update for that today. You can sign up for that at pureelliottwave.com using the link in the description below. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a good day.